Hello everyone, and welcome to a bit of an out of session, session 7. So this is the day after the class we had yesterday, and it was a rather busy session. We didn't really achieve as much as I hoped, especially for my class. We were lagging a little behind. So I thought to just run through how to how to enter the walls in, or how to draw them in. So we're going to use this plan here to as a guide, and also, as I mentioned yesterday, how to, what the intention was about how to create this particular section here, which basically means you have to create this first before you can locate that wall exactly there. So we're moving with that. So let's have a look at our drawing here. Basically, this is all we have managed to put in so far. Look at it. There's a wall there, which is 1670 back. I'll just check that already. Check it here. Just using the measuring here. 1670 we said. Across here, 15. Where'd you go? 1670 to there. Sorry. Good. So that's working okay. So now I'm just going to add these bits here. So there is a wall down here, so we're just going to run through that. Basically, that's an extension of this other wall here, really. So, and that is all those numbers adding up to down there. So you can either add them up and then offset it, or just offset as you go, because you're going to need to put in that opening there anyhow. So we've got 1510, 900, and 760. So offset, go for offset, enter 1510 here. And then because I've got my dynamic input on, I can keep going and just change the number as I go along. The next one being 900. And the next one, remembers that, 760. So that, and there we have the set out as to where they all finish. So this particular one, the last one I put in is that, that's the internal part, sorry, not the internal. It's got to be really careful here, that dimension points to the internal. So we're going to go another 90 to form that outer section of the wall there. So let's do that. So, well, first of all, yeah, let's go offset 90 there. There it is. So this thing comes across, that wall stops. We better finish that off as well, 2530, just to tidy it up. So offset 2530. There it is. And we'll just do a bit of filleting here. F for fillet, or just click that. Make sure the radius is set to 0, usually is. Select this one and this one. So we're selecting the pieces we want to keep, and enter, which I just press spacebar for, to get into the command again and do that. So that wall is finished, and now we just got to get this one across here, and that one goes right through to there. The 450 is from the outer part of that wall, so we can just click on here like we did yesterday. As long as you got your ortho on, which I have, you can click on here, let go. Once that grip is red, just come across a bit like that. So that does that, and then we can do the other bit as well. So that comes across here like this. So just stay away from any endpoints. So just stay up a bit away there. All right, so we've got that bit. Now we've got to get this wall down. Again, I'm going to use my grip. I'm going to go down to that perpendicular there. I could use extend, but just chose to use grips in this instance. No right or wrong way. So let's go fillet to just tidy that up. I like to tidy things up as soon as possible so it doesn't get too messy. So here we're going to do a trim, TR, enter, and enter again, and then away we go with that. All right, so that's forming that part of it there. In fact, I should have trimmed up here as well. We'll get to that. So now, with this internal wall drawn on layer, yes. Okay, so we'll go to 450. Sorry, that's 900 there. It goes all the way across, actually, right through to there. We'll sort that out later. For now, we're going to offset this bit here, 900 and then 90. So offset 100. I'm just typing in for offset. Okay, so and then offset 90. Right, so that's in there. Oops. Then it's 1300. So offset 1300 and 90. So that's it takes a little while to sort through these measurements and get it to look like the right shape. Not that easy. So it just takes time. So let's go. Now we've got to put this wall here, which is 450 up. So we've got that location there. So from the outer part of it is 450. So let's have a look. So we'll go offset 450 there, and then it's going to be a 90. So it fixes that. So a bit of filleting, just clean things up a bit. Filleting, yeah, we'll fill it over here. There and there, enter, there and there. And we'll do a bit of trimming. See where that line goes. Yeah, that's going to go there so that we can, I think we're going to close that off there. So we're going to just do that. I'm in the layer doors, so that's why it came up like that. So I just have to change that to the right layer as soon as possible. I might just go into the walls layer because I'll be doing a lot of walls now anyway. So now I'm going to do a bit more trimming. This time I'm going to go TR or just trim, but yeah, we'll just go enter. Just I know there's bits and pieces in here, but what I'm going to do is just clean this up in here, get that shape happening, and there and there, and those bits I'm just going to delete. Alright, so there's a different method or technique I chose just then. What else have we got? So we've got that bit there. Now we're going to just cap these walls up, and down the bottom there's done. So line from there to all the way across here somewhere. And over here that's 90 back, so offset 90. And here we go. So that's done. A bit of filleting here, and a bit of trimming here. TR, enter. There. Alright, so that's done. So I've got to find the 850 position. So if I go offset 850 there, and just extend that wall up. That's my previous location, so I don't know how close we are to that. Let's have a look. Okay, well that's not too bad. It's pretty close. In fact, it's spot on. So I'm not sure whether it is. Oh no, it's not spot on. It's just a little bit out, as you can see from my previous instruction to you to do that offset, that chamfer there. So it won't be far off. We're pretty close anyway. But let's just erase this previous one. So now I'm going to draw a line that goes at 45 degrees. So make sure I've got my color tracking on, and it is set to lock in every 45, I think. No, it's not. Let's see. Color tracking, yeah, 45, that's correct. Okay, let's do that. Oops. The angle, there we go, 138, 35, so let's see there, that's a 45 angle. So I'm just going to erase these, and I'm going to offset that 900 there. So now I'll just fill it. I've got multiple, in this case, and for multiple, I'm just typing them and then spacebar, which is the same thing as enter, all for offset 90. So become a power user, try and type in the shortcuts, F for fillet, spacebar with your thumb, that makes you faster. Okay. So I'll just tidy this up here. Fillet there to there, fillet again there to there, and array, delete that. Okay, so that's basically it. I'll just do a bit of trimming in here. Trim enter and click that there. Okay, so there it is. Give your drawing a bit of a save, and that's done. Now, by the way, yesterday mistakenly picked the wrong line type for everyone, so my apologies there. We should have loaded the other line type. I loaded this. Yeah, I loaded this one. It was supposed to be this one. So yeah, you had to go load, and then I've just picked the wrong one before. So we have got the right one now. So that's okay. Show the rest of them up. There we go. So yeah, I had picked the wrong one. Pretty sure that's the one we want. So let's just close that. Not the double dash dot. I got here, that one, that's the one there, with the 25 there. All right, so that's done. So that was really tricky that there, because a lot of little short walls, so hopefully it'll be much easier soon. All right, so there we go. Now this thing here, how are we going to locate that? That's a good question now. So we've got some dimensions somewhere, I hope. Just going to do something in right now. Go to options here, and I'm just going to make my crosshair a lot longer, because this will help us when doing elevations as well, when we're projecting up, just to see by eye if things are lining up. So let's do that. Always good to check. You might find it a little hard to use, but you know, you don't have to actually do it yourself. All right. Sometimes it is a bit of a battle trying to find the dimensions on here and what lines up with what, but anyway, this is the one. So we've got up to here, it should be 3850, and we'll just double check that because we have got that fixed from that end and from this end. So I do hope and pray that these are lining up. So 3850, let's just double check that first. Excellent. So that's good. So really, that is oops, that's fine. Now we just have to go from this wall here is fixed by a dimension of 3930 from the internal face of that. So let's go with 3930. O for offset, enter, B930, enter, and click that and put it up here. There it is. So that's then we just extend that a little bit, and we're just going to offset that by 90. Oops, there. All right, so let's double check the dimension. So from here to there is 390. All right, so what else have we got? So from there to here is 2800, and then we've got 800 and 800, which means it's a chamfer of distance 800 one way and distance 800 the other way. So that could work. Possibly, yes. So let's go with 2800. So offset 2800 here to then, and then we've got 800, 800 to there, and then it's 90 back. Okay, so we basically got that wall and that wall, so we'll do this chamfer now. not distance 1 and distance 2. So let's go. Also, I've got to just while I'm at it, I'll just offset 800. I could do it that way as well. Offset 800 down and 600 to get that capping off. So offset 800 down and offset 600. So that's where the wall finishes. Okay, so I see we've got that set out anyway. So here we got the fillet of that fillet with that. We could draw a line straight from this intersection to that intersection, and that's basically a 45 there. But I'll try the chamfer as well to see how far away we are. So don't forget the dimensions are rounded up as well, but let's just see. Chamfer, we set a distance of 800 in the X direction, and don't forget the other direction, the Y direction, 800 as well. So I'll go multiple. No, I don't do multiple. Just do that. There. So that should have gone through there. Close ROE. Very good. So now we just offset that 90, and there you have it. So you could do it either from the dimensions, or you could have done the chamfer like I did. So just basically you've got to fillet that now. Fillet there. Okay, so just erase these bits of line work. So what we need to do, let's just double check this, is just make this into a hidden 2 line type, which we already have there, I think. So let me just print it up. So we'll just pick this up here. Yeah. And just put it in the hidden 2 line type. So if your line type is already here, it's fine to come here. Otherwise, you have to go through here and just load it. There it is. Now, what is the problem with hidden 2? Why isn't it coming up? Well, what does? All right, so it won't come up, I would say, and we have done some changes here as well the other day. So let me just see, when we want to print this out, we're going to imagine this, we're going to change the scale to 1:100. At the moment, the line types are annotative as well, so it means they work with the scale, and working at 1:1, but in visualizing the scales at 1:100, which is what we're going to end up ultimately printing this at, we have to actually change this to 100 just to check that they look alright. Now I've done that, but nothing has happened. So if I regen this one, regen all perhaps, see how that's come up, page it looks. Now this one here, because we went and mucked around with the scaling, remember how we changed that to 25, it's not right. So that should be perhaps left at 1 to see what it looks like. And that's still not good. So perhaps it is meant to be 0.25 like it shows on the instructions, and that is correct. So if you've got your scale on 1:100, it all looks okay. But when we change it to 1:1, which is what we're normally working here, it doesn't look right. So you can just change it back and forth. It doesn't affect the distance of your measurements. It just affects the way text look like, dimensions, and line types, basically. All right, so, but I'll flick it back now that I know it all looks good, and just leave it like that. If I regen, it will just end up looking continuous line type. So I'll just leave it like that for now. All good. Okay, so there was no problem with that. So that was supposed to be, that was in the Windows one, wasn't it? With the doors one we did yesterday. So that was in here. Yeah, you know how I said 0.25. Yeah. Okay, so we'll continue on. Where to? After doing that, so that's been, so that's the next one, this one here. All right, so that wall opening is done, that room is set up. Now we've got to just keep going along here. 3690 is the next one. So we'll offset that. 3690. But you can see when we offset it, it looks like it's going to be a continuous, but in fact it is not. So very, very, very close dashes. If you zoom in, see that? So we've got to change this back to a continuous line type. And yeah, leave it at that. And offset that 90. Okay, so then we've got to come across 3740. So offset 3740 here to there. Oops, Control Z. Offset 3740. And it's about there. Does it look about right? No, no, it doesn't look right. 3470 should be. That's a bit of a dyslexic one. Offset 3470. Always check and double check. Looks about right now, I think. That's supposed to maybe line up with that a bit. It's about right. So the next, we don't have, like we got here, we don't have the 800 or whatever that might be. So different measurements here. So we're going to work out how to do this. All right, so we really stuck. I mean, we know it's 45 down, but that's all we can do there. So then it's, how does it work? Then it's picked up by the look of it, if I'm correct, that there lines up with the outside of the wall. So we have to sort of do that other side before we can work out the other bit, I think. So let's have a look. So what have we got? All right, so we've got 4070 to there. What's the other floor plan? So offset 4070. Oops. Yeah, 4070. There's where that other wall was. Then it's 90. There. Just might just fill it with that one there. Oops. Fill it. If we fill it. Yeah. Okay, so then we've got to offset that to 290, and then 3290. So we've got that room there, and we've got that wall there. Got that wall coming down. Okay, so what is the difference there? So we can do 45. So here we can do 45. Okay, where is it? Yeah, but if the distance there is see, distance we're measuring from the internal there. The internal, it's 1,000, right? Because it was 2 to 90 and 3 to 90, yeah. Okay, so that means we could, it's 45, which means it's 1,000 in from there again. So we can go, or we can do a chamfer, CHA for chamfer. If for distance, enter 1,000, and then accept that the other number says 1,000 there. So if you just press enter, you don't have to type it in. We can do those. Then we can offset 90. Oh yes, that's right. That went the wrong way. Fill it that one. And that one. So now we should be able to go and do this, which is 900 from there. Let's see how we go. Set 900. Okay, apparently that's where it is. Yeah, let's have a look. So what have we done so far here? So we offset, okay, we didn't quite do it right. I offset that 3690, but that's to there, and it's going to go another 90 up. And just double check that. So distance, yeah, so it's another 90 up, so offset 90 there. In fact, that should go right through there, which it pretty much does, very close. All right. So when dimensioning, somebody asked me that question, I reckon. If you measure the distance from there to there, and it's great that you guys are checking. To here, it'll be 3470 exactly, but to there it's 3469.93, which rounds up to 470. Remember what I said about dimensions? The actual dimensions of the dimensioning over here, or in the annotate there later on, it rounds up to the nearest millimeter. Okay, so that's acceptable, but we take the correct set out to be here, because that's what we've been told to do. Also at 900. So we'll work with that. Oops. Should be 90. So fillet and for multiple. Okay, so it's I should be. Now what? Then we're lining up with that wall there, which we're putting. So it's 900. So offset 900. And then 90. And that's a bit there that lines up. So the external part of it. And apparently, we've got a 900 opening here, so we'll just offset that in a minute, but first we're going to go 2400. Oh, look what happened there. Be careful we go horizontal, so make sure you have it on this. There. So, yeah, offset 2400. That's the internal room there. and offset 90, done, and offset 900, and offset 90, coming out of a mess, but that's where it is. So if we just tidy all that up very quickly, fillet, M for multiple, pressing enter every time we type something in. Find this quicker than clicking on screen menus. Right, so that's it. We'll erase this line here, don't need that anymore, and erase that there, and offset that 90 there. Oh, have I done this right? Oh yeah, I did put it in before. It just, see, this is handy now to, yeah, I did put it in before, but I filleted it, so it went away. I should have trimmed it. Anyhow, easy to put back in, and you can see with my full length crosshair now, I can actually double check that it lines up. All right. So in here now, we have a 1500 toilet. And apparently it's an 810 to somewhere. Offset 1500. Just fill this. Checking the distance again. 847. Checking the distance there again. I'm getting the perpendicular, so I'm just going to press tab once, twice, so we get the intersection. It's 810, so that internal one is 810 apparently. Yeah, which is correct. So we'll keep going down. That room is formed. Now we're going to form the other bit, which is 1800. Then 1510 should be remaining, so 1800. Okay, so let me just trim this up. TR, enter. There. So if you do that, you can't erase the last bit, so you just have to erase it like this. Because it's not crossing anything. All right, so that's it there. So offset 1800 was set. And then we'll offset, oops. Then we'll offset 90. And let's see what we've got left. 1510, amazing. So that's great. So we'll just fillet this one here. That. And this one here with that. Okay, so we don't actually draw another piece of line that goes from there to there. We try and fillet it. So this line is full length. It's best practice that we have full length lines rather than bits and pieces joined on everywhere. There you have it. So I'm just going to trim this now. I should have done this as well. There's a few to do, so I might just go through and tidy those up now. So I think of it. And just check around the place like this. Not the end of the world if you miss one, just come back and do it when you see it. Looking around, there's a few over here. There's a few more here. Okay. The beauty of pressing enter after you hit the trim command, because it just lets you do what you like. Okay, no questions asked. So we'll just give it another save. So that's our floor plan basically done. I've got a few more doors here, so go with that. Okay, so we're now ready to add the doors and windows. So I might just start a new recording for that and go from there. I'll just have a final check, make sure everything is there for now. I think it's all okay. We've got that there. So we'll leave it there, and we'll continue soon with the rest of the doors and windows.